Hey guys, welcome. This is part 18 of the videos I've been doing after the accident. I'm here in Conover, North Carolina. I'm headed to Statesville on business. Yesterday I got a phone call from the insurance company, the insurance company of the tractor trailer that rear-ended me. Apparently the guy in front of me that was driving the Cadillac, he lied to his insurance company. I don't know if he lied to the state trooper, but he lied to the insurance company about the accident. He said that he was hit twice. He said I hit him, and then he was hit a second time when the tractor trailer hit me, and that's absolutely false. I don't know if he's out and out a liar, or he doesn't remember the accident correctly, or, you know, maybe he had a little blackout spell. Who knows? I don't know. You know, and just like I told her, I'm not going to go right out and say, okay, he's a liar, but he is. He's either lying or he doesn't remember the accident accurately. My bet is he's just lying, but why he would lie, I don't know. Anyway, that's not how the accident happened, and I have said this many times. I said it to the state trooper, I said it to my insurance company, their insurance company, I have to my lawyer, everyone. I stopped. It's that simple, and it was close. And I haven't lied about that. It was close. It was within probably a couple of inches of his bumper. I realize that. He literally stopped in the middle of the road for tire treads. And essentially he's the one that caused the accident. And she tried to argue with, the insurance agent for the, or insurance adjuster for the tractor trailer driver company tried to argue with me. She tried to argue, and tell me how the accident happened when she wasn't there. Nobody was there except for me, the driver of the Cadillac, and the tractor trailer driver. Not even the state trooper was there. No one was there. And there are unfortunately no eyewitnesses to the accident. But, I mean, to try to argue with me about how the accident actually went down, I did not appreciate that, and I did get angry. I did get a little hot because she wasn't there. She can't say how the accident happened. She wasn't there. It's that simple. Anyway, and then she tried to say, well, he specifically said this, he was hit twice. He specifically said this, and this to his insurance company. He specifically said this, whatever. And the state trooper said, and the state trooper said, and I'm like, the state trooper wasn't there. He can only take a report down and write down the information that each driver gives him. And admittedly, I don't remember when the accident happened. It happened so fast. It took me a little bit of time to actually process it and be able to communicate how the accident happened and be able to communicate in a way that, people can understand, because I was very shaken up. I was almost in shock, I believe. In pain as well. I mean, and the EMS and fire department didn't even stay. They didn't even come to my scene. A couple of guys came to the scene and said, everyone looks okay to me. We've got another accident and we have to go up the road to deal with that. So we can't stay. Basically, everyone looks okay. We can't stay. So I didn't, literally, and I've talked about this before, how it happened, how little help, how little concern. It was just basically like, oh well, so okay, tractor trailer rear-ended you, so what? No big deal. It's no big deal. And the truth is, I could have died. I'm very lucky I didn't die, especially in a Ford Focus. I am just so very lucky. And as I drove through Charlotte yesterday, because I was in one area of South Carolina, and I had to drive through Charlotte to get here to up to this area to get Statesville anyway. And I was just, almost physically sick to my stomach, having to drive through Charlotte. In fact, I went through there I started through about 5 o'clock, and I got off. I said, there's no way. I am not driving through Charlotte at 5 o'clock. I will simply get off. I went to a Dollar Tree, and it was so crowded. It was right up on the upper end of South Carolina, Rock Hill, or rather Take a K. or Tigakay, where I was at. It was very, very crowded. Anyway, but I just waited, and I left about 8 o'clock, and it was still very, very crowded on the interstate. Anyway, that said, she calls me up and tries to tell me how, she tries to tell me how the accident happened and what went down when she wasn't there. She wasn't there. The state trooper wasn't there. My insurance company wasn't. No one was there except for me, the tractor trailer driver, and the Cadillac driver. It's that simple. And why he lied, I don't know. Probably thinking he's going to get double compensation or some crap. I mean, who knows? He probably thinks that he can get compensation from my insurance company and compensation from the tractor trailer company as well. I don't know. I mean, some people, unfortunately, are greedy. They're very, very greedy. I didn't even push this myself. I did, on the advice of friends and family, seek to find an attorney, and the first few attorneys that I contacted told me they wouldn't take the case. They wanted to know what was in it for them, and decided, right off the bat, they didn't think that anything was in it for them, so they didn't want the case. One attorney said, "Oh, you don't have a case." Oh, I no fault of my own, was rear-ended. I'm in pain, and I have no case. Anyway, but of course, everyone knows lawyers, at least a lot of them, are nothing but shysters. That's, those and mechanics. Anyway, and don't get me started. There's a lot of good attorneys, so I don't want to go off on a rant on that. Anyway, I was eventually contacted by an advocacy group in Texas, and they put me in touch with an attorney in Raleigh who has taken my case. Anyway, so that said, I do have an attorney, but as far as trying to, just try and tell me what, how it went down, that made me very angry, because she wasn't there, and I'm not going to change my story to fit the insurance company, because that's what they want to hear. I'm not going to change it for my insurance company. I'm not changing it for their insurance company. I'm not changing my story because that lying SOB that stopped in the middle of the road for tire treads in the middle of a busy interstate going through Charlotte, North Carolina. Everyone knows Charlotte's one of the busiest areas there is. I mean, certainly in North Carolina, that and Raleigh. I mean, it's one of the busiest. People drive through there, and they drive like 100 miles an hour through there. It's insane how bad they drive. Anyway, I'm not going to change my story because that SOB is going to try to contradict me and say that, and lie about the accident. That's not going to happen. That said, my insurance company has already denied the claim as far as his vehicle is concerned. I'm not sure that I think that's wise. However, if they pay for his vehicle, because he did, the guy driving the Cadillac, the guy in front of me that stopped in the middle of the road, also got an attorney, and his attorney contacted my insurance company to file a bodily injury claim, so I'm guessing that my insurance company has denied the whole claim, because if they fix the vehicle, then that's essentially essentially admitting I'm at fault, which I wasn't, and they would also have to pay a bodily injury claim as well. And I've been through this before, and a few years back I had an accident, real bad accident. The lady ended up getting an attorney. She sued my insurance company. My insurance went from $500 every 6 months to $3,000 every 6 months for full coverage. Eventually, I was under GMAC at the time. I switched to Geico, got it down to $2,200. Finally, I had no choice, even though I was driving a new car, because it was paid for. I was able to drop full coverage and take it down to liability only. I had no choice. Even though I was driving a new car that was only a year old or 2 years old, I had no choice. I had to drop it down to liability only. And when I did that, I was still paying $1,400 every 6 months. Then the next 6 months, I paid $800 every 6 months. And then finally, I think it dropped to a little bit less than that. But for a long time, for about 3 years, I was at exceptionally a lot. And that has probably, you know, in the problems I'm having with my vehicles at this point has probably not helped, because when they hiked my insurance to $3,000 every 6 months and $2,500, $2,200, whatever, I ended up having to take the tag off of one car, and I would just drive one car at a time and let the other one sit. I had no choice. I couldn't afford $3,000, $6,000 a year, or $5,000, you know, $5,000 and $6,000 a year. I couldn't afford that. So I would drive one car at a time. Like I said, I took it down to liability only. I drove one, and I didn't drive it a whole lot, but I drove it. I drove one car at a time, and that was it. I just drove one car at a time. I'd drive one for like 6 months and let the other one sit for that amount of time, or maybe a little less, maybe a little more, and I didn't have a choice. I really didn't, and that probably has not helped my vehicles, because I just simply could not afford to pay $3,000 every 6 months. I simply couldn't, and so I had to let one car sit, and you know, then I'd drive one for 6 months, and then I'd let the other one sit, and those are the two cars I'm having that I've had the most issues with. Of course, everyone says, you know, being Ford, granted, but having let them sit did not help. And one of the cars was also in a very bad accident. In fact, it's had 3 accidents, 3 fender benders. I don't think that's helped. Anyway, so now I am, as I said in one of my other videos, my truck is done. The mechanic called me and told me it's done. They can't fix it. There's too much rust. It needs wheel bearings, control arms, speed sensors, which control the transmission. And he said that even if he did fix all that stuff, there's a good chance I'll need to put another transmission in it. It's not worth fixing. He told me my best option is just to send it to a junkyard, scrapyard. That's it. That's all I can do. Maybe I might be able to get a wee bit more, you know, if I list it on Facebook Marketplace, maybe, you know, sell it as is, you know, it's pretty much junk. But someone might, who has the ability to work on it, might be able to put the truck back together, you know, gets it cheap, might be able to put it back together. I know there's a lot of rust. I don't know what all is affected. I do know that he said it's so rusty that it's ready to collapse. That's bad. Anyway, that was a hard day. I found out my truck that's it. So anyway, I've removed the insurance from my truck. My truck is done. The one Taurus is, like I said, my ex-husband's driving one, and it is down to 5 cylinders. It's on its way out. The other one, they couldn't figure out. So I'm down to one car. That's all I have. I have one car, and that's it. And I really hate having only one vehicle. I really like to have backup. I really, really like to have backup. But right now, you know, with the insurance, I mean, I could end up in the same boat I was 10 years ago with not being able to drive but one car because I can't afford the insurance. So, you know, I did notice that my insurance company charges me actually quite a bit less for having 2 vehicles on the policy. When I got a quote for taking it down to only this one vehicle, and I will pay almost $300 more by having only one vehicle. So it does pay me to have 2 vehicles on the policy. Now, if I don't know what I'm going to do with the other Ford. I would like to try to get it fixed. It doesn't have that many miles. It's not that old. It's a 2006. It's older, but it's not that old, and mileage is like at 130,000. So it's pretty good. I mean, not insurance. The mileage and age is not that bad. So I'd like to try to figure out how to fix that, or see if someone could fix it. You know, I'm hoping. I don't know if they can, but anyway, it's one step at a time, and I'm going to deal with that a little bit later. First, after I have business in Statesville. Once I deal with that, I've got to, you know, head back to the house and my ex-husband and try to, you know, get his help, get the truck off of the lot, and see what I'm going to do with the truck. Decide whether I'm going to send it to a scrap yard, sell it outright. I don't know about that. And then I also want to put a battery in the other Ford and see if it will start, because right now it won't start at all. It won't do anything. So I'm going to try to get a battery in it and and see go from there. If that works, great. If not, then I've got to decide if I want to take it to another shop. I'm not going to take it to the mechanic that worked on my truck. I'm just not. I've had so many, you know, it was in 2 other shops. I really don't want to ruin that relationship. I really don't. So I'm not going to take it there, but I'll have to figure out where I'm going to take it, or take it somewhere. Anyway, not sure I want to take it to another dealership, considering that the last dealership couldn't fix it and just gave up on it. Let's see. That said, they finally called me yesterday to schedule an MRI. I wasn't able, they wanted to do it, I think, on Sunday, which is really weird, but they wanted to do it on Sunday, and I can't. Sunday's not gonna, you know, I said Sunday's not gonna work, because I have business to take care of, and I don't know if that business is going to carry into Monday or not. So Sunday, I just told her Sunday won't work. So I do have a doctor's appointment, I think, Tuesday, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to keep that. That's for the urinary tract infection. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to keep that. I may have to reschedule that. And then my physical therapy starts on Thursday, and I will be able to be back. I'm going to have to be back for that. Wrap up what I have to do, and then because I'm just now getting back into, I'm not working right now, but I'm starting on the low end, maybe a little bit here, a little bit there. So hopefully there's no way I'm going to be able to go back to full-time work like I was on the road before. I'm not going to be able to do that, not with doctors and physical therapy. And that said, I also need to go to a chiropractor. They're not going to, I know physical therapy and doctors, they're not going to say anything about a chiropractor until I've been in physical therapy for probably who knows how long, and I do know I need to go. I've been, you know, I need to go to a chiropractor. My mom went, my dad went. I feel like it, you know, and I've been before, but I feel like, and I don't have to go really much, but once in a while I'll go just for maintenance. But so I do know that I would like to go, as I do have someone I go to, and also for massage, you know, and her office also has a massage therapist. So anyway, those are some avenues that I'm definitely, you know, I'm going to start with the physical therapy. I'm going to have to, anyway, I got my MRI scheduled. That won't be until, I think, Monday, like, or Friday. I'll have to look at my date book. It's about a week and a half from now. So physical therapy starts next week. Then the next week after that, I'll go for the MRI. Somewhere in there, I was hoping to get the MRI done before going to a chiropractor, just to see what's going on, because I know that does, at least from my dad. I know my dad had a ruptured disc, and the neurologist I went to thinks I might have some disc issues. And I know my dad, when my dad had them, it did influence how the chiropractor adjusted his back. At least that's what he said. So so I'm just going off of that. Anyway, I am gonna get off of here now. I've got kind of a busy day. I've got an appointment. I've got to get on up to Statesville. I'm not that far away right now at this point, but I just wanted to come back, touch base. You know, this process is such a, you know, I mean, you think you're going to have an accident. I mean, you think, you know, if you're in an accident, you think, okay, it's going to be wrapped up within, I don't know, you know, a few days, you know, and you know, that's it. It's going to be a few days. You find a car, then you get back on the road, you go back, either you go back to your travels, if you're full-timing in a van or RV or whatever, you think, okay, you get another one, boom, you're ready to go. It's, you know, and it's just not that simple. There's so much that goes into it, and I have talked about this, and that's why that I have done so many videos, really, is to just discuss and talk about each step of the way, from the time I had the accident to up till now. First I was in a motel, then the truck, then I had to get stuff out of the car, drive the 2 hours, broke down, and, you know, I had to go to the doctor, then I had to go to another doctor, you know, and then they scheduled me, now that, you know, now I'm scheduled for the MRI, I'm going to start physical therapy, you know, I'm also in pain, and I had to get a car, I had to find a car. That wasn't a particularly, You know, I mean, like, and I've talked about that too, you know, how difficult that was to find something that I could afford. And then taking everything out of the other car and rearranging everything and putting everything I wanted into this car. I mean, that by itself took, you know, 2 or 3 days. I mean, normally, and I talked about this too, normally I would just take my stuff and throw it in the other car and go, but I really wanted to try to organize better, so I didn't do that. And of course I've went over that in another video. And that said, I added a comforter, or, well, I don't leave it there all the time, but that said, I took one of my comforters. When I was leaving the house, my ex-husband's house, I left the comfort, I was going to leave the comforter at the house, and I don't really have a place to put it, and I just, you know, because there's nothing there, no furniture, no drawers, nothing, and so I didn't really know where I was going to leave it, and, you know, so I didn't take it back in the house. I figured it doesn't take up much room, you know, it's not heavy, so I just shoved it in the trunk of this car, of my car. And then one day, you know, because the seats, and I've talked about this, the seats are kind of hard, and they're leather, and they're kind of hard in this car. So one night I decided, you know, it was dark, I decided, you know what, I'm going to get out and I'm going to put that comforter over the seat. I'm going to see, you know, if that helps, see if it makes it a little more comfortable. And it does. It helps. It helped a lot. Because I was considering a seat cushion for the car, but, you know, I was like, I don't know, you know, if I go sleep in the front seat, it's gonna, you know, probably slide around. But anyway, the comforter is long enough and big enough that it fits really nice over the seat, and it's pretty comfortable. It's pretty comfortable, and it keeps the seat cover from, you know, and the seat cover now doesn't slide around. So that's a plus. Usually I was, at first when I did it, I put the seat cover, I would, you know, sit in the car, I would eat, you know, I would watch a movie or watch something on my iPad, you know, I would just get out and get in the passenger side, because that's where I've been sitting and whatever. And I would just sit in the, you know, I would get in the passenger side and I would watch a movie and eat, you know, and whatever. And then when I got bedtime, or when I got later, or if I wanted to sleep, whatever, I would put the comforter over the seat, you know, at that time right when I got ready to go to sleep. But then one night it was late, and I just said, you know what, I'm not going to do that. So I've changed it up. I was just waiting until right before bed, but now I don't. I put the comforter on the seat as soon as I stop for the night. I put it on the seat, and it really helps. It's helped. It's not great, you know, it could certainly be more soft. It could be softer, but again, it could still be softer, but it has helped tremendously. Having that, just that little tiny bit of extra cushion or comfort has really helped. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here now. I need to head to my next stop. I will get with you guys a little bit later. Hey guys, it's almost 8 o'clock. I'm getting ready to wrap up for the day. I'm sitting here at a Walmart. I went into the Dollar Tree, which is behind me, and got a little snack. I have a little bit of food left over from yesterday. When I went to Harris Teeter yesterday, I got, excuse me, I'm a little full. I haven't been feeling too good the last few days. Anyway, I got a chicken salad sandwich yesterday for dinner, and or lunch, kind of lunch dinner, early dinner. Anyway, and I also got some stuff off the salad bar. I got some cucumbers, sliced bell peppers, sliced strawberries, a couple of blackberries. Anyway, so that's what I had with my chicken salad sandwich, and I had some left over, and I was planning on eating it last night with my tuna, but I wasn't that hungry, and I decided, you know, not to. Then later last night, about midnight, I got kind of hungry, but it was just too late. I didn't want to eat tuna. So I just ate some peanut butter crackers and a little applesauce and a granola bar. I said that's good enough. Today I had my peanut butter crackers as a snack early in the day. So tonight I will eat a tuna pouch and eat the rest of that, the cucumber, bell pepper, and strawberries. tonight. Anyway, I'm not hungry now, so it's going to be a while before I eat. I'm going to go in Walmart, and then I'm going to head to the trucks. I'm going to head down to the truck stop and probably watch some TV, watch a movie or two. Then when I get hungry, I'll eat my tuna and the little bit of vegetables, cucumber and bell pepper and stuff I had left over. I'll probably be awake for a while. I stupidly got 2 cans of Coke, like a Coke Zero and a regular cherry Coke. I shouldn't have done that. I should have only got maybe 1 little can. That wouldn't affect me too much. But anyway, I did, like a dummy, I did. But I ate the peanut butter crackers with it and said, that's good. I couldn't find my chocolate chip granola bars in there that I normally buy. I only found like oat and raisin. So anyway, let's see. I wrapped up my business today. I also went to the tag office. I paid almost $150 on the car for another tag. I had to pay last year's, not last year's. I paid the $65 in property tax that they assessed to my vehicle when I bought it. And the first tag they sent me, I had to take it off because they put for whatever reason, the dealer that I bought the car from was supposed to add insurance. He assured me it was there. I just didn't check, and I should have, I just didn't, whatever, I should have. But anyway, the insurance didn't go on. It was supposed to, the insurance didn't go on, and the DMV stupidly issued a tag without insurance, and I knew that it would be all screwed up. If I tried to add insurance afterwards with the tag, I would get like a penalty. It's like $100 penalty for not having insurance on the car, and I didn't want to go down that road. I said no. And in fact, the insurance company told me I did the right thing. I removed the first tag, and then I just purchased another tag. So I paid $65 in property tax for the 2. Actually, the tag was only good for maybe a month. That was it. And then I had to pay more property tax today of another $40, plus so basically $80 a day plus the $65 for the 3 months. I called my county's tax office, and she told me to call back next week because they can prorate it and give me back some of that money. Plus, for whatever reason, my county always they always send my tax money to another town in the same county instead of the fire department. The fire department never gets my money. And I thought about that today. I was like, if they do that to everyone and people don't pay any attention, then the fire department's getting screwed out of a lot of money. Anyway, I'll be back in just a second. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm still at Walmart. It's nearly 11 o'clock. I went in Walmart a couple times just to use the bathroom. Didn't really need anything, not right now. Anyway, so I'm still here. I was doing some stuff. I tried to set my phone up, connect my phone, sync my phone to my car via Bluetooth. I figured that one out, but I also figured out that I can't play YouTube videos with the car running and Bluetooth on, so I just turned the Bluetooth off. At least I do it at night. It's a little cool tonight, and I just been out walking. Anyway, if I want to, play videos or, do anything and the car's running, it's a little cool tonight, then I can't because there's no volume. Anyway, that's interesting. Anyway, so I just turned it off for now. Anyway, like I said, I took care of my business. I've still got some more stuff, a little bit more to do. I haven't been feeling too good the last few days, and I said that before. I've been feeling kind of bad. Just not feeling really, really good. I think I still have a urinary tract infection. It's still burning, and I'm gonna have to try to find somewhere, I think, and before I head back to where I need to be, because it's going to be a few days and I'm not feeling good. So I think I'm going to have to maybe try to find an urgent care or some kind of a clinic, you know, and get some more antibiotics. I've already been on Macrobid. That didn't work. The doctor gave me Bactrim. He said that the bacteria that I have is resistant. So they gave me amoxicillin. Amoxicillin didn't work either. So I did miss a couple days, though. I mean, I missed it a couple times, like I missed it a day, and then I accidentally, you know, whatever. Don't know. It just did not work. So it should have. Amoxicillin, I've had it before many times. It usually works. It didn't. Anyway, that's about it. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to try to find a clinic or something to try to get some more antibiotics. Let's see. Well, as I said today, I took care of the tag on my car. I also took care of the insurance and made sure that the car had full coverage. I think when I mean, the dealership is the one who called it. The dealer, wasn't a dealership, but the dealer where I bought the car, he sent all the information in to make sure my car was covered. Today, I finally got logged back in and made sure that, you know, the car's covered, full coverage, collision comprehensive. You know, it hiked my bill up to well over $1,000. That's for a year. Pending what's going to happen with this accident, I may be looking at a lot more. I'll talk about that a little more. It's late. I'm still not really hungry. Anyway, I walked. I have not been walking like I need to. It's just been too cold and my back's been hurting and I've been having some other issues, some numbness. Anyway, so I'm getting ready to leave here. Before I leave, I'm gonna, I decided to, I got a few things I got to organize, put in my trunk before I leave. I'm still here at Walmart. In fact, the last time I was here in Conover, I was right over there across the street at the Subway, and I ended up with a flat tire and had to call because I just got another set of tires put on and ended up with a flat tire. It didn't bead correctly from what the tire shop told me. Anyway, I had to call AAA. They had to come out, put my donut on, went to the tire shop the next day, found out that it didn't bead. Anyway, before I leave here, I'm just looking at the time. I like this particular app, but it only gives me 5 minutes. But I wasn't planning on being on here that long. I don't want to ramble and ramble. Anyway, I'm getting ready to leave. Before I leave and go to the truck stop, I'm probably going to put my, I figured, what the heck, I might as well do this before I get to the truck stop. Every night, as I said earlier, I've been putting my comforter on my, on the passenger seat. It makes it more comfortable to sleep and sit and everything. So anyway, I'm going to do that before I leave. I realize my time's about up, so God bless. Have a good night. Have a good day. God bless. Peace.